This is the Steve Gruber Show.
All right, back at it here as we continue to dig through the headlines and get you up to speed on all the most important things of the day. Fighting for you from the foxhole of freedom, of course. Who do you want in your foxhole? You better pick wisely. There's a lot going on. Here are three big things you need to know this hour as we move forward. Number one, the Republicans leading on the generic ballot for the 2026 midterms. Remarkable, but true. Number two, the Department of Homeland Security says TSA was also weaponized against ordinary Americans like you. Are you surprised? Of course not. And number three, the government shutdown happening. Three Democrats or Democrat types voted against it. John Fetterman of Pennsylvania, the Democrat senator from Nevada whose name eludes me, and Angus King, who claims to be an independent but generally votes with the Democrats. Those are the three that voted against it. Rand Paul voted with the Democrats. So it was a mixed bag. Three Democrats crossed the aisle to vote against the government shutdown, but it happened. Look, it's not a good look. The New York Times says that 65% of Americans said, no, we don't want the Democrats to shut down the government. 2/3. It's not going to end well for the Democrats, and that's why I'm looking at this generic ballot going, well, this isn't going to help you. It's not going to help you. Democrats enjoy a notable enthusiasm advantage right now, 47 to 41%, but look, it's a year away. More than a year away. Here's how the article comes from Just the News. Republicans appear poised to buck the trend of the president's party losing seats in the midterms. Recent polling showing the Republicans with a narrow lead, 46-45. 46-45. The figure included so-called leaners, and without the leaners, a little better score for the Republicans, 43-41. So there you go. Republicans outperforming the Democrats who want to tell you you're a horrible person, you're a Nazi, you're a fascist, you're a white supremacist, you're a Christian nationalist, or whatever. The name calling is just profuse. And most recently from Hillary Clinton, of course, attacking white Christian men. I guess I'm the problem. Me. People like me. People that look like me are the problem. Okay, anyhow, Fetterman urged Democrats to win elections, by the way, before demanding shutdowns or making demands to keep shutdowns from happening or any demands at all. Win elections before you start making a bunch of demands. So says John Fetterman, a guy who I spoke openly against. He's turned out to be one of the few reasonable Democrats left. And what's the senator from Nevada? I got to think of her name. It's a hyphenated name. I know that. Catherine Cortez Masto. That's who it is. Catherine Cortez Masto voted against the shutdown. So there's already a crack in the armor, is my point. This shutdown, I don't think, my guess is it doesn't last too long, but who knows? Chuck Schumer had to do this. He did. He didn't have a choice because if he didn't do this, AOC is going to challenge him in a primary for his Senate seat, and he would probably lose. Think about that. Senator Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Senator AOC. Oh, New York. You're going to elect a communist to be in charge of New York City and AOC to be your senator. Oh, New York. How far you? Oh, speaking of the communists, Zoran Mandouni says he's going to start jacking up taxes on corporations and anybody that makes $1 million in New York City, which, let's be honest, $1 million in New York City isn't living high on the hog. He doesn't care. He's coming after 100 different things to tax people. He wants $10 billion or more. He says he's gonna Trump-proof New York City. Listen.
I've proposed is that we raise $10 billion to pay for our entire economic agenda and start to Trump-proof our city, because we know he'll use federal funding as leverage over this city. And we will do so in two key ways. The first is to match the state's top corporate tax rate to that of New Jersey. We are at 7.25%. They're at 11.5%. Corporations can pay it over there. They can pay it over here. And the beauty of it is that it doesn't just apply to corporations headquartered in New York City. Because when you say this, people will say, well, they're going to go to Florida. Mm-hmm. Wherever you are headquartered, as long as you do business in the state of New York, you are taxable for that corporate tax. We're talking about corporations that are making millions of dollars, not in revenue, but in profit. And the second is taxing the top 1% of New Yorkers. We're talking about people who make $1 million a year or more, taxing them just by a flat 2% tax increase. And I know if 50 Cent is listening, he's not going to be happy about this. Mm-hmm. He tends to not like this tax policy, but I want to be very clear. This is about $20,000 a year. It's a rounding error. And all of these things together, they make every New Yorker's life better, including those who are actually getting taxed.
Now, you also want to cut.
Mm-hmm. So he wants to jack up the corporate tax rate, 4.25%. Not just on companies headquartered in New York, but any company doing business in New York. It'd make you think, well, maybe these companies don't want to do business in New York. That would be my thought. Why would you do business in New York if you're going to get jacked up to 11.5%? I don't think you can run them down, by the way. If corporations leave, I don't think you can run them down. I also don't think you can run down individuals. You know, California proposed this. Gavin Newsom did. We will just, if you made all your money in California and you move away, we're going to chase you for the taxes. Good luck. Coming across state lines to collect taxes? No, I don't think so. Anyhow, Mamdani will bankrupt New York City in short order.
You think he's going to win?
I do. I think he's going to. That's how dumb these people are. You know, free stuff all the time. Tax the rich guy. I want free stuff. Tax the rich guy. I want free. But what happens, Anthony, is people like you and I get taxed. Right?
I don't want to get taxed.
Right, but you're going to. You know, because everything they do requires more tax money because they can't respect the taxpayer money already. They have no respect for the taxpayers' money already. Anyhow, this part of the program, let's see, brought to you by My Pure Health. You want to lose weight the right way? Go to GruberHealth.com. My Pure Health is a company that figures out your body, your frequencies, just like Nikola Tesla would do. Figure out your frequencies. Look, I've worked for these guys since 2018. I lost 47 pounds in 60 days back in 2018. I never got all the weight back. I had some fluctuations and so forth, but man, does it work. It's not fake food. It's not replacement shakes and, you know, drywall bars to eat for lunch. None of that. It's real food, and it's a real program. And it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's a one-size fit and designed for you and you alone. And man, is it good. You hear the success stories here. Give Missy a call. If you've thought about it and you don't want to be on a GLP-1 or anything else, which makes sense. Why would you want to be on that stuff? You don't want to be on a GLP-1 or anything else, go to GruberHealth.com, GruberHealth.com. You'll be glad you did. You will. Be good for you. All right, when we come back, Ron Rademacher will check in. I think he's so far into the woods that he's got a call from his satellite phone. We'll find out after the break.